Hello, Lego lovers. This is Elle, and this is a Lego Dots parts review. And this is the big message board, set number 41952, 943 pieces, and it retails for about $40. And if you look at the price per piece, it sounds wonderful. However, with dot sets, there's a lot of small pieces. But we're going to get into it. First of all, kind of the simplistic stuff. I didn't lay them all out because it takes forever and there's lots of them. But over here, we have a couple different colors and they have similar, but not complete amount of parting. Here we have the pie wedge part in yellow, or dots part in yellow. And as you can see, there's quite a few, maybe 20, and then tons of 1x1 square tiles. And if you've listened to my early dots videos, you'll know that I'm happy to see tons of 1x1 tiles. Also over here, we have tons of 1x1 tiles in green, kind of a different color that they don't usually have on dots. And then back there, you can see we also have the pie pieces. Now, I believe there's around 100 in each color of these square pieces, so that is a lot. And then only without square pieces, we have this blue. We got white square pieces, white pie pieces. We got this lavender square piece, pie piece. And then back here, this is actually vibrant coral. It may look red, but again, the exact same quantities that you see with these hundreds of the, well, not hundreds, like 100. That's a little exaggerative. We also have some larger pieces. This is gray, which is the boringest color for dots sets, but this is the back of the message board. But we have a ton of these dark gray parts that, yeah, it's just a nice big plate. We also have corner plates, which are a little bit uncommon here. You can see like that, 4 of those, obviously making a rectangle or square. And there's also some 2x2s in there, which ain't too special. There's also some yellow plates. Again, not overly special. However, we have 4 of these. This is the back main part of the message board. This is a little special because I don't think we've gotten a 16x16 plate in this basic blue color, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. However, it is nice to see these big plates. They're usually fairly expensive. So we get 4 of them in here and in a kind of different color, which is nice. That could be good for water features and such. But let's get into some of the more interesting stuff. So here you can see we have some parts there. Now I put them on a little helpful thing to hopefully make this a little easier. But we have 2 of these, and this is your wall hanger part. So basically, it's not that much more special than a plate, besides the fact that it has this hole for a nail or a screw that you can hang on the wall. Now, I'm sure you can get studs and different connections through there to have something hanging in a city, off of a building, or just in general, something you might want hanging off of something you're building. So it's just a nice, interesting, different piece. I think they've only come in this color, and there is 2 of them, as you can see back there. Another interesting part, which there's way more than 2 of, is this. Now, we've seen the 1x1 curve like this, but this is a 1x4 curve. So as you can see, kind of basic stud, almost like a brick, but it has that curve all the way through. And as you can see back there, there's a whole pile of them. This is what they use for the border, right? So there's tons of those in there. It's a new part, and I think it's only in this color in this set. I'm sure we'll see this part again. But another interesting part, because obviously with lines making a square, you need a corner. And just like those parts, they made this. So this is very interesting. I didn't think we'd ever see a part like this. But basically it's the corner for that, shape. Comes to a nice crisp corner. Looks like a standard durable Lego type part. But you get 4 of them only in this set, obviously, making a square. But it's a nice, new, interesting part that I believe is also only in this set. Note, you do not get the pink parts in here, unfortunately. So, looking at all that, we got a $40 set. There is a little bonus here, and that's the instructions. Now, this one does not come with any container. It comes in a cardboard box, which, you know, most Legos do. But, of course, instructions here showing you how to build the sign. But the kind of cooler thing, I think, is at the back here, if I am right. Yep. So it's different ways you can write or use Lego to make letters. So obviously here we have some examples, but then you have these different ones, you know. I think that's really cool, and it kind of goes into showing you alphabets on how you can make them. You can see they're gridded off to utilize different parts to do it, and you got a couple different ones. This is like 3 shadowed or something, you know, simpler, smaller. And then they even have additional like technique learnage and like a tape measure. Oh my gosh, this is actually really cool for instructions, tips and tricks. I think that's really cool that they have that in there. Also, I want a Lego ruler. Make a Lego ruler. And then here you have some really cool ideas that if you combine some of the sets you can make, which is, you know, okay, bacon and eggs and toast. Make it weird. I like that one. I don't know if I'll do a review on this one. Depends on if I get to the time for it. But as you can see, this is kind of a nifty little extra in the instruction booklet, in my opinion, at least. So overall, for $40, is it worth it parts-wise? Well, the more dots you have, the less dots you want. Some of these colors are a little bit unique, and I love getting the square parts. I don't really, you know, like getting more of the pie parts. I have tons of them, and they're not as useful as what I would say the square parts are. However, there's a lot in here. It's 1,000 pieces about for $40. Normally it's $100. So, I mean, even by 1x1 standards, it's quite a bit. But you also get these big plates back there. We get these new interesting parts. We get some medium-sized plates here and some other kind of interesting parts. And especially if it goes on sale, I think it's definitely worth it. But this is an interesting selection of parts that I do really like. Obviously, I would have preferred some pink. Just me. If you don't really want that. Also, these colors are a little more neutral if you're, don't want pink-ish colors. But these are interesting parts that I think we'll see used for a lot of texturing and stuff like that. Then you get the corners, which I think is neat. It's not a wasteful set, and you get big plates. I think it's worth it. I really do. Maybe a little expensive just because it's a lot of 1x1s, but overall I think it's a really neat set. Some special parts that are new, which I like. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll check out more of my videos. And thanks again for watching.